Okay, welcome. Um, this is the continuation of the Wide Awake Lyrical Clarity reading. Um, so, just to recap, um, the song I pulled is Wide Awake by Katy Perry. And the energy that we've got so far is honestly quite nasty. So this collective would be dealing with I know I said it in the beginning, but it does feel very, it has a very narcissistic vibe to it. So this collective would be dealing with someone needy, needs, I'm seeing vulnerable here, but I don't think this person really is. Need outside validation, jealous, addicted to feed. It says addicted to feedback, but I think I'm feeling like addicted to attention, manipulation, and then over here, tyrant. I'm just gonna read some of the words because some of them are not. I don't feel relevant. But terror, mind control. I don't like this selective breeding. That's really bothering me. Corrupt, diabolic, declares themselves God. That's just really energy. And sometimes hard energy to get away from because it comes with a lot of gaslighting and just self-doubt. Sorry, I'm looking through my, I wanted to get the lyric card too, and for some reason I feel like I have two for Wide Awake. So I'm just making sure. But the first one I have for Wide Awake literally says, which I think is perfect because I think that in the beginning I said I think this collective is probably starting to notice these things or maybe just got away from them. Maybe it's feeling like the kind of collective who you, up until this point, have always kind of defended this person in your life. Always said, like they had the, it's just that vibe of, oh no, they didn't mean it. They're just being this. They're traumatized too. They have trauma. They have this. They have that. They're just insecure. They were raised this way. It's like always excuses for their behavior. When really there is no excuse, even our own trauma. Like I said, I only have one. That is okay or justifiable to treat another human like absolute garbage. If you have shit to deal with, you deal with it. You don't take it out on other people. Easier said than done, yes, but anyway. I'm not blind anymore is the lyric that goes with it, which, excuse me, along with this card in the middle, that good luck, protection, the future is up to you, and opportunities, take them. That is this energy is this collective. This energy, this nasty energy, is what's quite literally what's surrounding you. I I'm not getting the vibe of being out of this energy yet because it's coming up. Sometimes I get readings like this where it's like your spirit team is trying to like congratulate you, say yes, you did the right thing, you got out of that, you did it, like woo, like giving, because sometimes people still doubt, even leaving a shitty situation, they still doubt that they should have done it, and they think they should go back. What if I made the wrong choice? Excuse me. And so sometimes those readings happen, I feel like almost like spirit saying, no, you did the right thing. You did it. Like confirming you did the right thing. But this is feeling more like a current situation. So this collective, you would be still in a relationship with this kind of energy. That's... But with that being said, you're also awakening to this energy. You're not literally not blind to it anymore. You're not protecting this person anymore. Yeah, it's this energy that something happened that literally finally made you stop defending this person, stop making excuses for them, which is really, really good, especially if they have that nasty, like, jealous, addicted, manipulative, needy energy, ugh. Just, like, very possessive of you. But I will say, even though it's feeling like that narcissist kind of vibe, I don't get the vibe of this collective being in a position where they feel unsafe to leave. It's more like you just really were blind to their terrible behavior and constantly making excuses for it because you really care about this person and you love them. So you were just trying to understand and I feel like be patient and just it almost feels like that energy of if I love them hard enough, they'll stop doing this. I'm sorry, excuse me. And that is just not gonna happen. Um, I'm I'm gonna be honest. We can't love someone into changing this behavior. They have to love themselves enough to change that behavior. And it feels like this collective. Now you're not blind anymore. You see that. You see that no matter how much you love them, how much you put up with, how much you excuse from them, it doesn't change their behavior. The way they hurt you, the way, it affects you, it doesn't affect them. It doesn't change their behavior. It doesn't make them want to do things differently. It just makes them see that you will allow it. That you are basically letting yourself be their punching bag. Excuse me. And not anymore. This collective. So if you're in a relationship where you are constantly defending this person and your love for them and just, I know if I stay long enough, they will wake up and get it. This is not, this collective has realized that that's not going to happen. You know, you know that it's going to take walking away, I think. But let's see if we can see, just to, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Just to see if we can figure out or narrow down the collective a little more, details on what happened here. So let's see if we can get cards on what caused the shift in perspective. Because I mean, if this behavior alone wasn't enough, something happened to change that. Because I mean, even that is a hard perspective to change when you really love someone and you just want to see them at their best and you just want the best for both of you. It's a hard energy to walk away from when you want so badly for things to work out, especially if you've been with them for a long time or if you've known them for a while and you just like excuse me, you don't want to feel like you're giving up on them, but at the same time, you're by staying with them, you're giving up on yourself because you're not seeing your own worth and what you deserve in a relationship, and they're not giving that to you, because they have things that they have to heal. And to be honest, if they have things that they have to figure out and heal, it's never really a one-sided thing. We find people in our lives that trigger things that we need to heal too. So while this person is clearly not meant to be in your energy, there's definitely something to be learned here, and maybe that's what you are by. Maybe the lesson you're learning is to choose you. Yeah. Smoke and mirrors. Don't be fooled by appearances. Just because this person I'm hearing like love bomby. Like they act these terrible, like possessive and jealous and manipulative ways, but at the same time they're kind of love bomby and see, now I'm seeing that vulnerable. Like they get that like, oh, I just need just love me. Like that kind of like makes you feel sorry for them. That kind of manipulation. And don't be and not to be fooled by that. I think you finally saw through these smoke and mirrors. You're not fooled by, but why? But why? Ulterior motives, yeah. Someone may be getting close to you with hidden intentions. Um, so this collective found something out. Whoever this collective, whoever this person connected to you is, you found something out that they were hiding. That and I'm gonna be honest. Whatever it is, it's not feeling like a surprise. Like it's kind of like one of those things where like you find it out and it's like, ugh. Like it's not surprise. It's just disappointment. Like to be proved, right. I guess pushing boundaries. Yeah, someone may be testing your limits. Yeah, this person. So I'm gonna do one more. I mean, because that's obvious. This person would be pushing your boundaries if double cross. Wow. Okay. So this is a pretty big deck of thing, and every single one of these is just further confirming this energy. Double crossed. You may be feeling betrayal or being double crossed. Smoke and mirrors. This person just, they were not good to you. They had ulterior motives to their actions toward you. They betrayed you. They pushed your boundaries, and especially when I see that pushing boundaries and I see that selective breeding, that makes me really uncomfortable. It's actually really upsetting me because I feel that energy. Sorry. Oh my god, it's upsetting me. Um, Sorry. It's just giving me, and then I'm seeing, oh my god, that's crazy. Okay, sorry. The energy is like, whoo, overwhelming right now with the things that I'm noticing and the things that are coming to me. I'm just seeing the ropes, this feeling of kind of being, I know she's holding a knife here, but this is giving me like that feeling of being bound. And I mean, that's this imagery here, along with the energy, is just making me feel like a collective who, I don't even want to say it because uh, just maybe this collective might have been in a relationship where you might have been forced or coerced or convinced or made to feel bad if you didn't, I will say, perform in certain ways, or the way that this person wanted you to. Um, I'm gonna say I'm just feeling really uncomfortable and unacceptable, like sexual energy. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. And with some of these adjectives in here, I don't like that. Again, uh, I'm not getting that vibe of like a fearful, uh, like you'd be afraid to leave, but it's almost like just kind of doing things that you are not, we're not necessarily comfortable with. I'm gonna say sexually, that you are doing just basically for this person, um, and it the energy of the forced doesn't feel like grape. Okay, it feels more like well, if you really love me, wouldn't you do this? You know, that kind of uncomfortability where you just like you do it but you feel icky while you're doing it, and I just don't like that energy. Okay, I'm gonna keep going because I don't. Ugh. You know what? I just wanna. I gotta get that energy out of here. I don't like. I. It could continue. I know, but just right now, that's strong. That's the icky. So this collective, if this is resonating with you, I seriously just want to hug you. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Let me get these mood cards here. Actually, I don't know if I want to go with these or those. No, I'm gonna go with these. Okay. Let's see what else we could get. I'm gonna make sure I'm staying in frame here too. I might just move things up. Oh, I was not expecting that turn about it. But even though that's really, yeah, perspective. Yeah, good. Even though this is really yucky energy that that I don't like feeling or knowing people might be in, it hurts to put myself in this energy for another collective, and it makes me just want to know who it is for. Sorry, I don't know why I'm getting so emotional over it. It's a hard energy, especially if this collective, if you really did, and I believe that you did have feelings for this person, and like it's like everything you did, you just hoped it would like flip a switch or do something, and it just never did, and it's gotten to a point where you are just so like literally your boundaries have been pushed so far you just can't, you have no more of yourself to give up, you know what I mean, and and then when this comes out, perspective, better off, happiness, clear headspace, that's confirming that after all this, with this good luck and protection that you have on your side, because something had whatever triggered this awakening in you, excuse me, you're being protected. Okay. If we stay in situations that we are not meant to be in for too long, eventually our spirit team is going to like literally find a way to like kick you out of it, even if it's the most painful thing you've ever had to feel. They will do what they have to do to get you out of it, to protect you. So, but I think that this collective, because I wanted a reason, and this is all just confirming those feelings. So I think with this collective, the trigger was just not having anything left to give. You just can't do anymore, and you finally just realize that everything you're doing, no matter what you do, you see now. You're not blind. It's just you're losing yourself. You're giving yourself away for this person who isn't doing. It's not an equal give and take at all. Intuition, yeah, that's that is what woke you up. Heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. You just know. You just know this is not where you belong anymore. There's nothing else you can do for this person. Rejection. Yeah. Abandoned, dismissed, irrational fear. So I think this is kind of showing not only that there's a lot of things I'm hearing for this. Rejection from this person, because no matter what you do, it's not, you just feel unfulfilled, unhappy. You just always feel this rejected feeling, like you're not doing enough. But I'm also feeling this irrational fear. Like I said, not a fear of this person, more like a fear of what are they going to do if I leave them? Like, are they going to be okay? What if they do this? What if they do that? And I know this sounds so harsh, but it's, you can't let that be your problem. If you can't fix them while you're with them, there's nothing you can do to help them when they're alone. They have to do it. They have to be the ones to make the choice to not be this way anymore if they want something that will stay and support them for real. And you've done that enough. This collective, you've done that, and it hasn't done anything for you except for cause you pain, pushed your boundaries. Literally, like that feeling I felt before, like I did not, if that is what this collective is feeling, this is not, it's not your job to fix them or to worry about how they choose to fix or not fix themselves. Okay? I know that sounds so mean, especially when you love a person. But sometimes the best way we can love a person is silently from a distance. Okay? It doesn't mean you stop loving them. You have to do it differently. You have to do it differently so that they can do something differently. If they choose. And we have to hope that they choose. Okay. I am now going to get these. Man, this collective, and the funny thing is, even though there's so much negative energy around this right now, and a little bit of this irrational fear of leaving and rejecting them or making them feel rejected, because maybe rejection is a big part of why you excuse their behavior. Like if they had been rejected a lot in the past and that it is why they are the way they are, and you just keep telling yourself, well, I'm just going to add to it if I reject them too, they have to heal that rejection trauma. There's nothing you can do about it, unfortunately. So if this collective, if this is coming to you right now because you are in a spot where like you are questioning whether to really leave or not, but like you're in this mindset of like you see that this isn't working, that there's nothing you can do, yeah, this is your sign to listen to yourself. Hatred. Yeah, hatred is like a cancer. It destroys you from the inside out. That I'm feeling that like resentment vibe. Like when you love a person like this, but you stay throughout that kind of energy, you're kind of unknowingly, sometimes knowingly, but not like, not like, oh, there's some resentment. That's what one of my favorite readers, she says that, like, when it comes to resentment, you don't always, like, it's not a conscious thing you're collecting, but it's happening the more you put up with behavior that hurts you and that takes you out of your own authenticity and just takes pieces of you away. As you lose pieces of you replace it with resentment without even knowing it, and then by the end of it, by the time you are wide awake and you're seeing things, you kind of start to like hate this person. Like, how could they have done this to me? And you kind of hate yourself. Because, like, what the hell was I doing? Like, you get that feeling of resentment and hatred toward yourself and this person, and it's not, those feelings do not serve anything. Literally destroys you from the inside out. And if that, this coming up here and where I put it with the perspective and intuition, even though I think that there wasn't a specific event or situation that triggered this, it's feeling like this is it. That you finally realize that you were starting to, like, not, I don't want to say hate this person, but, like, you realize you were starting to have that resentment. Like, maybe you were starting to be a little snippier with them, or just notice that you just didn't want to be around them as much, or whatever, the feeling was. Like, you just noticed that you started to have really, like, those feelings of love and protection and wanting to make excuses that you once had was turning into this really angry, like, icky feeling within you. And I think this collective, you don't like feeling that way. You don't like that feeling, and that's why it kind of woke you up to be like, no, I don't want this. Yeah, direction. Stop, take a moment, catch your breath, but most of all, don't panic. Look around and try to regain your bearings. Trust yourself. Your life compass will never lead you wrong. In the end, you will always find your way. So, yes, absolutely. And I think this is kind of like that, not to have that irrational fear, to just trust the direction that you know you need to go in. If you once thought this person was, like, meant for you, and now you're kind of like, what the hell? Just to trust that your life compass will never lead you wrong. In that way, that kind of, I'm hearing that what's meant for you will never not be for you. This doesn't seem like it's for you. What's for you won't pass you by. And if this person is for you, if they are your person, and somewhere inside you, you do feel that, but this just isn't working, it'll come back to you when and if they choose to heal. If it's meant to be, it will. When it's right, when it's healthy, when you can both have the space to hold a healthy, healed love. And if not, and I'm feeling not because of this card, this where it says protection, I'm honestly feeling like that divine protection vibe. Like, your team was finally like, nope, we're getting her out of here. It's go time. Like, abort. I don't, wow, I just noticed that I put my cards in, like, this weird, I don't know, shape. That's weird. Okay, anyway. Let me see what I want to get here. I have so many new decks, and I just, especially with something like this, I want to get as many little details as I can to make sure the right collective is getting the right guidance. The veil in between worlds. Connect with ancestors and guides. Their wisdom will illuminate your healing path. So, I think this collective, you are being guided to get out of this situation, like you already know, you are wide awake to, and to kind of go within. To seek out, like, this is literally your guides telling you to seek them out. Connect with your ancestors and guides. Their wisdom will illuminate you along your healing path. So, I think they're telling you to pay attention to this, to connect with them through this. This is a way to connect the veils between the worlds, just through tarot, divination, things like that. So I think they're telling you to trust and to heal. Because after this, it's easy for a lot of people, I would say more this other person than this collective, would be the type to just jump into a new relationship and think that would fix everything. This collective, I feel like, I think it's funny the way I put this in the middle, like, I don't, but this collective, you're at a point where not only is this awakening you to what you were in and that you want to get out of, but it's awakening you to yourself. You're finally like, wait a minute, this isn't what I want. This is what I want. And you're like, you're looking within and like truly wanting to heal the fact that this is something that you wanted. You know what I mean? Like you don't want this, this energy. You don't want that. You want something healthy and healed. And you know that in order to get that, you have to also be that. Not saying that this collective isn't, like you're not in this energy, for sure. You're way more, you're not like that. That's what I'm saying. But we all have things to heal, and I think that this situation has probably illuminated things that this collective needs to heal, such as holding on for too long, not choosing ourselves. And this time you are. And it's just telling you to, and to go on to that kind of healing journey. Okay. I want to get. I want to get a shadow. We're just going to get a couple cards from a few other decks, just as not only clarifying cards, possibly, but like just messages from your team or from the universe, or just other things that can help confirm and tie you to this reading. What's happening? Okay. Sorry, I was trying to open up my... This deck has a digital booklet to read the descriptions from, so I was trying to get that open. Gorgon. So this is a shadow deck. It has a lot of cards that kind of refer to inner work that can be done, or what we need to focus on, or what our strengths are, or just as far as inner or shadow work. And the Gorgon. The monster they feared, now I've become. Still seeking for revenge for my cold heart of stone. Holy shit. Sorry. But that is literally what I just said about that resentment vibe. That, like, you're becoming this person that you never were before because of this resentment and this hatred that you're starting to feel inside for this person, for the way that they just aren't seeing you, that they're not making any effort, they're not seeing the effort you're putting in and doing anything to change how they treat you. And it's like it's turning you into this person you don't want to be. Holy shit, sorry. I'm going to read this for you. The Gorgon. The Gorgon's gaze, once feared, now mirrors the twisted reflection of her own transformation. Truth. A testament to the consequences of cruelty. Yes, being treated like such shit for so long, sorry, and kind of just taking it and letting it build up inside you is going to change the reflection you see in the mirror. You know what I mean? You're not going to see yourself anymore. It's like going to be like looking at a stranger. The burden of suffering and the harrowing cost of seeking retribution. She has become the very monster they feared. Her power derived from the depths of her anguish, her heart encased in a fortress of stone. Once mistreated, now they wouldn't dare to stand your gaze. But was it worth it? Revenge, while seductive in its promise of justice, often exacts a toll too steep to bear. For in the reflection of retribution, there lies a profound lesson about the enduring strength of the human spirit and the potential for redemption, even in the face of the darkest transformations. Okay, so this collective, I heard it as I was reading the description. You don't make it fit. This collective would have had thoughts of not only this hatred and resentment, but I think it got to a point where not only did it awaken you, but it almost made you want to do something back to them. to kind of hurt them the way they hurt you, don't do that. I'm not, I mean, I'm nobody's mom. I mean, I am somebody's mom, but I'm not. I'm not your mother. I'm not your spirit team. I don't get to tell you what to do. You do what you feel you need to do. But based on this energy and this, I think your spirit team is really trying to tell you, if you're having thoughts like that, get away from them. Don't become the thing that you are now resenting and hating. Don't two wrongs don't make a right, basically. Don't become the thing you hate. And I think this is also a reflection of maybe a fear that this collective might have. Maybe with the thoughts of like a revenge type vibe, you also had the thought of like, but that's not me. Why am I thinking like that? Am I going to be like this now? Like, did this person mess me up so bad that now I'm going to be manipulative and stuff like that? And this collective is kind of afraid that they're going to become the thing that they hated. But you don't have to. You don't. If you're wide awake now and you're seeing everything, you're already on the right path to not become that. To not become what you have grown to hate or resent or, fear that you would become. You don't have to be that. And you won't. This is your team telling you you won't, because you see it. If you're afraid it will happen, you can stop it. It's when you do, it's the people who don't even see it as a problem or an issue that can happen that dive right into that kind of mindset. You see it. You see it's something that you are afraid could happen and you don't want. So it won't. You won't, you know what I mean? If you see it, you can you can control it. Within you, if it's something within you, not someone else. Alright, let's just get that one. Actually, I'm not going to get any more shadow deck cards because I think that is exactly what this collective needed to hear. Allow. Yeah, okay. You're being asked to open your energy field and take down your walls of protection in order to allow goodness into your life. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we block ourselves from the flow of life. It's safe to open yourself back up. Yes. So, this collective, like I said, you're afraid it's going to kind of close you off and make you into the person that you want to leave. And yes, you should, with this card here, you should close yourself off for a while to heal, to reflect, to do what you need to do to be you again. Not rushing into something with another person hoping they're going to bring you back to yourself. You have to do that. You have to make sure you make the right choices to be the person that you want to be. Not how other people want you to be, not how you think they can make you feel again. How you make you feel. And you have to allow yourself that time so that you can be open again to a healthy love. If you don't allow yourself that time to find yourself again, you're going to get stuck in cycles with more of this in a different body, with a different name, in a different situation. Might not be romantic. Could be a job. Could be best friend. Could be family. You know what I mean? It's just until you stop to heal all of this in between and not let yourself get back to you and not what you are afraid you're becoming, you have to allow that time to happen. Okay. I said I wanted to get one from a couple decks, and that's actually working out really well. Okay. Let's just get a couple, like, uplifting cards if the universe is willing. Like affirmations or you got 3 there. All right. Fine. You got my breath is bridge back to calm. I honestly, I don't know what that word means. I've never seen that word before in my life. And I love words, so that's weird. But this is feeling more like what I was just talking about, like taking your back to calm, back to yourself. Allow this to happen. Allow this healing, this moment of calm to happen. I don't have to earn rest. I already deserve it. Yeah, right there. Same concept. You deserve this time to yourself, to find yourself again. Allow it. You deserve it. Okay? You already deserve it. You didn't have to earn it through this. You've always deserved it. You just have to allow yourself to find it again. I trust the timing of my soul's unfolding. That was my cat, sorry. That's really beautiful. Because I feel like that's where I keep saying that, trust yourself, find yourself again. That even though it's kind of one of those, like, why did I have to go through this? There's a reason. There's a timing. The only way you were going to learn this lesson to finally see that you can't change a person, you can't be a fixer, we just aren't that for people. We can be catalysts for change for people, and you know what I mean? But ultimately they have to be the ones to make that choice and that decision and do the work. There's nothing we can do. And I think that was part of this collective's lesson, to learn that, to accept that, and to walk away and let it be what it's going to be, and trust the timing of your own soul's unfolding, like it says here. Like, just trusting that that's part of your journey to grow you. I really like that. Especially coming out of all this, like, icky energy up here. This is really nice. Where this is going, this collective, if you try to get out of that energy of the resentment and the hate, and not turning into the thing that are trying to get away from, these are all looking really, really beautiful. Just literally allowing yourself to get away, be you for a while without anybody else. Beacon of truth. I love that this is a lighthouse, because in the storm, because I feel like that's exactly not only what I try to be. Oh, it's also the cover of this deck too. It's what I see myself as, like a lighthouse in people's storms. I don't pull your ship where it needs to go. You do that, but I show you the light, so that you know you're not going to crash in the storm. You know what I mean? So I love that this is coming out for this collective who clearly needs a light right now. Beacon of truth. Pause and tune into your inner guidance before taking action. Exactly what I just said. I choose what's right. But taking time to yourself before jumping into anything, anybody else that needs your energy in that way. Get back to you first. Wow, I really, 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 really like that. Let's just get one from here, and then I'm going to get an animal and an archetype card for this collective, because if you're wide awake now and like literally not blind, you're coming out of this, like this, I'm feeling like a strong energy coming, especially with all this healing that is potentially here for this collective. Ooh, I'm glad this reading took a good turn and not one that showed this collective was stuck, stuck here. Close the door with grace. Oh my God. These are the moments I really wish my camera was on my face, because my face sometimes is just like blown away. Because I said this before too. It's like you don't... It's like that feeling of rejection is what kind of caused this behavior in this person. And so you're afraid by also rejecting them, you're just going to add insult to injury. You're just going to make it worse. And I know this is going to sound mean, but like I said before, not your problem, not your thing to fix or solve. They have to do that. So this close the door with grace. Walking away, but not with that feeling like somehow you're going to be to blame for what they choose to do or not do. Like, it's like you shouldn't feel any guilt if they choose to stay stuck. Oh, that's what I'm feeling from this. Close the door with grace, knowing that you are doing what is best for both of you, not just you, for them too, because they can't heal if they're constantly in this environment where they're being allowed to act this way. So you close the door with grace for both of you, knowing that you have the best intentions, even if it hurts one or both of you. Your intentions are good and with grace, love, you know. I wasn't going to get more than one card, but I went and started shuffling this again, so. Embrace who you're becoming. Yes, not who you were, not who this person made you into, who you don't recognize anymore. Embrace who you are becoming, who you're going to be when you come out of this. Actually, this has things to read for them. I guess I'll read them. Page 39 and 156. All right. Close the door with grace. Key themes: closure, moving forward, self-respect, acceptance, emotional healing. I mean, not every chapter of your life is meant to be revisited. Some doors must remain closed, not out of bitterness or regret, but out of wisdom. Where was that? You had a wisdom card here somewhere in here. And self-respect. Oh no, that might have been a different reading. My bad. This card is a gentle reminder that true healing comes not from clinging to what was, but from embracing what is and what can be. Not being blind anymore. Oh my God. This is magic. There is strength in knowing when to walk away, when to release something or someone that no longer serves your growth. Closing the door with grace means leaving behind resentment, choosing peace over lingering pain, and trusting that the next chapter will be even more aligned with your highest good. I mean, I literally just basically said all of that. So I love that. That's incredible. It does offer some guidance tips. Says, accept that some things end for a reason. You do not need to force what no longer fits. Closure is not about receiving an apology or understanding every detail. It is about making peace within yourself. That is really important. Some people, and I understand it, I get it, they feel like without a closure, like a real, like, some kind of rejection or something, even if it's hurtful, like, if they feel like without it, that they don't have that closure, that feeling that they don't understand. And we don't always get to have that. Sometimes the lack of closure is our closure, and that in itself is a lesson to learn to move on from things that sometimes we don't get to have answers to. We don't get to know why. We don't get to understand it. We just have to move on, and it is what it is. And that in itself is a lesson. Let go with gratitude. Even difficult experiences serve a purpose in shaping who you are. Yeah, let go with gratitude. Honor the past, but do not let it hold you hostage. Your future needs you more than your history does. Yes. Honor what you had. It's not like you have to pretend that all the good times of stuff didn't exist, that they were nothing, it's not that. You take those with you and you find gratitude that those parts helped shape you into the person that you are. Even the bad parts help shape you into the person that you're going to become. So it's hard to say be grateful for it in the moment, but when you start growing and changing and letting things go, and you see how these things that you held on to did not serve you, you really appreciate the situations that got you to where you are. Embrace who you're becoming. Key themes: self-acceptance, transformation, personal growth, stepping into your power, self-love. Message: you are not the same person you were yesterday, last month, or last year. You are evolving, shedding old layers, and stepping into a more authentic, empowered version of yourself. This card is a reminder to embrace the person you are becoming without fear, without apology, and without looking back. Oh my. Oh my God. Growth can feel uncomfortable. Absolutely. Change can feel uncertain. Yes. But trust that every shift, every lesson, every challenge has been shaping you into someone extraordinary. Trust. Let go of the need to fit into old expectations and instead celebrate the new, wiser, stronger version of you that is emerging. You are meant to evolve, lean into it. Guidance: honor the changes happening within you. You are not meant to stay the same. Release any guilt or resistance about outgrowing old versions of yourself. Step fully into your power, knowing that becoming your true self is the greatest gift. And it is. It really is. Recognize that transformation is not about perfection. It's about alignment with who you are meant to be. And we are not meant to be perfect. Okay? We're just not. It's just part of... We're just not perfect. We're here to help everyone be the best version of themselves that they can be every day, and all we can do is be a little bit better than we were yesterday. That's all we can do. We're not perfect. We're never going to be perfect. And I do want to get into one archetype card after all this, especially because this is such great energy now. Like, this collective, you're coming out of something really, really hard, or you are going to, or this is your push to, because look at all this that's ahead of you. You're getting out of this, leaving this person behind. This wake-up call that you had is waking you up to yourself. Like, you're about to have the most amazing wake-up call you could ever have when you find yourself, if you allow it. Oh, and I just saw out my window one of my birds that I haven't seen in forever come to my feeders. So I wonder if that is it's one of the, actually I don't remember the name of that one. I think he was a woodpecker, but he hasn't been around in a while, and he came back just today during this reading. So I feel like maybe that's another sign that you're about to come back to yourself. You're coming back. Okay, I was going to say, were we going to get some animal energy here? Scorpion. All right, let's read the Scorpion. I got this for somebody else yesterday, actually. The Scorpion really gives me that vibe of resisting that, I don't think it says this in the description, but it gives me that vibe of resisting that resentment. With a scorpion sting, it's like, just reminds me of like stinging yourself almost. What the heck is it? Sorry. Here we go. Scorpion. Passionate, competitive, tends toward isolation. I think that is more what you... I mean, you could isolate right now a lot in this situation, or just feel very isolated and alone. But I think this is also telling you to be really alone. Not alone with someone, alone with yourself. The Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. So I'm feeling like it's this. The situation now. Obviously you'd be feeling burned by it, and maybe you are too focused on the fact that you're going to leave it unresolved, or feel like it's unresolved because you're just kind of leaving this person to their own devices. And that is a feeling in itself of lack of closure and no resolution. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. Holy fucking shit. Sorry. That last part. It's time to come clean about your feelings. You don't belong here. You're not happy. You're not being treated the way you're not. You can't see your own worth because this person isn't treating you as much as you're worth. You need to get clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to yourself. That is exactly what I was saying before with by leaving this situation, you both, it's good for both of you, not just you, for both of you. So you both can heal and you can get back to you. I mean, literally. Unfreaking real. Thank your spirit team, whoever this is, for being on freaking point today with this message, because holy crap on a cracker. Alright, let's get an archetype card for this collective. Whoop. The Pilgrim. Okay, so already I'm thinking like, I think Pilgrim, I think like a pilgrimage, like a journey. Which seems like exactly what this, like a healing journey, that's exactly what this collective needs. The Pilgrim, okay. For the Pilgrim, it says the wanderer, the traveler, the apprentice. For the Pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. This archetypal wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Others will wonder when the Pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life, but the Pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Where there is motion, there is freedom, expansion, and growth. Responsibilities, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep, and soon the Pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day-to-day. Yet when this archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door to a new reality. With the Pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage, nor do you need every amenity. Travel light, travel soon, your spirit needs it. I like this. With the Pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage to do what you need to do, nor will you ever need amenity. You don't need all this that you think you have to keep protecting and making excuses for. All you need is you. Your spirit needs it, literally. Travel light, your spirit needs it. Your spirit just needs you. So, okay. I really love that. I think I'm going to wrap it up there because of how long I tend to ramble on these. But this was, that energy got me in the beginning. I'm not going to lie. There was a heavy, heavy part of that I did not like or feel comfortable with. And just, obviously I know people go through horrible, horrible things and feel and are put through just unthinkable, terrible things. And I know this wasn't to that extreme in this reading, but still that uncomfortable, just nobody should be made to feel that way that I described earlier. Nobody. So this collective, I'm really happy to see this kind of progression of waking up to it and really having the option and being pulled to choose yourself so that you don't turn into what you are trying to get away from. Sorry. Just taking it all in for a minute. So, yes, this collective, I choose what's right. Choose you. I know so many of my readings tend to be about like choosing yourself, which, I mean, makes a lot of sense because that's what I'm here to tell people to do, honestly. So, but in this case, in a situation like this, yes, you have to choose you. You cannot keep choosing someone who won't even choose themselves enough to change toxic and hurtful behaviors. So I'm glad this collective is awake now. You're seeing things, you're not blind anymore. Now you just have to do the hardest thing, and choose you and trust that this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. This was the way it was supposed to go for both of you to learn, but you need to focus on what you're learning from, not what they can do. You just have to let that go. Close that door with grace. Don't be fooled by any vulnerability they suddenly try to show you. Don't be fooled by the smoke and mirrors. Remember what you've already been through, what they put you through, and choose you. Choose what's right. Okay? So I'm going to leave it there. My beautiful, badass, magical people. I hope that resonated with someone. I mean, like, I do and I don't. You know what I mean? But if this did resonate, feel free to leave a comment, like, whatever. And if you do need to talk about anything, leave a comment. I'm a real person, so and if this did resonate with someone and you need kind of like an outside shoulder to or ear to vent to or whatever, I got you. I know it's unconventional and weird, but whatever. That's fine. I'm not here to just read cards and do this. We got to be there for each other, you know what I'm saying? So, I hope that you have a good rest of your day, night, week, whatever, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.